Great. So question for you, one of the things I see a lot of concerns with, if I may say from a sales perspective, the biggest objection of doing Medicare Advantage is the worry about compliance as it relates to, talking to the prospect and selling the prospect and all of the activity involved. Can you expand on what the compliance issues are that some agents are concerned about, and really what realistic perspective, especially from somebody with approximately 900 Medicare Advantage cases written, what does the agent really have to worry about when it comes to compliance issues?
The biggest issue is making a compliant presentation. Agents sometimes want to speed through the process, get in and get out. And you're going to miss some things if you get in and get out. So the two biggest complaints that happen to agents is, number one, is they don't cover everything that should be covered. Okay, so there is a process. You've got to follow the process. Sometimes it takes about an hour. Depends on how involved the prospect is, how many questions they're asking. But on the average, I take about an hour. Okay, now, once you do a compliant presentation, there's really nothing that can go wrong. Okay, now, but there is one thing that can go wrong. Okay, and this is not checking two things. And this is where agents get in trouble. They don't check the doctors and they don't check the medications. As long as you do that, you make that part of your presentation, then if there is a customer complaint that goes up, we as your upline have the ability to fight for you if you've done the compliant presentation. If you checked your doctors for them, you checked the doctors, you checked the meds, you did all your homework, you've got nothing to worry about. Okay, it's when you don't do that you've got something to worry about. So it's scary. I've had a complaint or two come my way, and usually when it comes my way, it's because they're being coached by the other agent to say this or say that. But when the complaint comes our way, then it's just a matter of responding to it in a timely manner. And they'll ask for a few things. There's a scope of appointment that needs to be signed. You provide that, you've pretty much won the battle. Okay. And then where we're going to just knock it out of the ballpark is give me the notes that you took during that meeting. Well, the only thing that I need to put in my little notepad is the doctors and the medications. And I make very detailed notes. In fact, I have a little sheet that I've created. All the doctors are listed in there, and I have a little check mark box that says in network or out of network. I make sure that I check every doctor. I make sure that I check every medication, and I find out what tier they're in, and I'll write that down. It's an easy process. It's not very hard, but I make sure that I never have it. And then I have a little miscellaneous notes. Well, in that miscellaneous notes section, I'll put in there, sister was in the room. I'll jot down notes. I'll put as little detailed information, just so that I make sure that I have everything covered. I want to make sure that I give my upline the ability to fight for me when the complaint happens. But I've been doing business since 2001. If you do it right, you're not going to have issues. You're not going to have, and if you do, they're just going to get squashed because you have the right documents. You have the scope. You did a compliant presentation, and you did the search to your ability. My latest one that I had that came across my desk was a complaint because the doctor wasn't in network. So I go to my list, I go to my sheet, and I'm like, look, I covered them all in here. Well, it turned out that she forgot to tell me about that doc. How am I supposed to know? There's just no way for me to know. Had I known, I would have addressed it. But I sent in my documentation and the complaint went away. Never shows up anywhere. So a lot of it is just documentation. Cross your T's, dot your I's in the Medicare field, because life insurance is very, very important. It pays out when they die. But with Medicare, it's something that it's their health. It's you really want to make sure that you've done the job correctly. And the job is not very hard. Like I said, biggest things is signatures and check the doctors and meds. And that's it.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. And if you'd like to learn more about how to sell Medicare Advantage to either your book of business, or if you're just interested in selling Medicare Advantage as a standalone product, here's what I'd like you to do next. There's a link below. If you will click on that, that will take you to another page where you can learn more information about how our new Medicare Advantage agent program works. I am partnering with Mr. Luis Moreno to teach agents like you to become effective and successful Medicare Advantage agents, whether you're trying to cross-sell your book of business of final expense business, or if you're just looking for an avenue to get into the insurance business. Mr. Moreno has over 900 Medicare Advantage cases written. He has lots of experience training agents new to the business just like you, and we have a predefined, well-established program to teach a neophyte agent, whether they're selling something or not in the insurance business, how to be successful at selling Medicare Advantage. Don't worry if you don't have money for leads either. We can show you free and effective ways to generate Medicare Advantage immediately. So this is something for those of you who are brand new to the insurance business, or you're already selling final expense and you want to learn how to tap into that renewal income that's just so important to have in the world of insurance. So again, here's what to do next. Click the link below. It's going to take you to a form to give you more information about our education, to teach you more about how this opportunity works and what the next steps are to learn about how it all comes together and if it's something that's sensible for you. David Duford here at davidduford.com, where I help insurance agents like you become top producing insurance professionals. Thanks for listening.